can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
Do you have a paranormal story you want to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio? You could be a guest. Email us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark with our host, Gary Anderson.
And that is me. Well, another thing I want to touch base on, James, is this virus that is spreading in the world. Now, if you read the news today, the Center of Disease Control is really put out a warning that is really scary. It says it may or will disrupt our lives, American lives. Now, you remember back, we were talking about this weeks ago, and people were emailing me and saying, oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to come into our country. Well, they're now really concerned, yes, and it could disrupt major businesses, major everything. What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. In this day and age, there is no way, in my opinion, that you can truly shut down a virus if it really takes off, because, simple, in this day and age, there's 10,000 planes in the air somewhere at all times. People are traveling all over. And a lot of these viruses, people don't even know they have until they've already spread them to people, until they come down with the symptoms. And it's inevitable. And not only that, Gary, it's going to affect the economy as well.
It's not that it's going to affect the economy, because they're telling people now that, you know what, if you can run your business over the internet or by phone, that might be a smart thing to do. So they're warning us. And this warning is really, really scary, because it's been carried on CBS, NBC, Washington Post. Everybody's been talking about it today. This virus, okay, depending on your age and how it affects each person a little bit different, it can take anywhere from 2 days after you've been, contaminated with it, to 14 days to incubate. That's a big spread. 2 days or up to 14 days after you've been near somebody. They're telling you, 1, wash your hands. Don't touch your nose. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch anything. Keep your hands super clean. Stay several feet away from people. That is kind of nerve-wracking right there, because a lot of people, if you're in retail, for example, you're touching money all day long. If somebody has this, but before they what got me is they said it was from the breath. You're, coming out of what you exhale is what would cause. Now they're saying, I don't think they really know at this point, because now they're advising you to wash your hands and do all this stuff. If it only comes from somebody, is infected by their breath and you breathe it in, then you get it. They're telling us now that, no, it could be multiple ways people can get it. So that is scary. They're telling people that what is going to happen is it could be mild if you're lucky, where you're going to feel like you first come down with a cold, then you're going to have like the flu symptoms, and then you're going to have trouble breathing. And when that happens, and they want you to contact your doctor, the doctor will then at that point contact your state health department. So who knows? Are they going to come and get you in a special van and take you, in hazmat suits? I got a funny feeling that's what will happen. And they're saying if you're infected with somebody in your house, don't share the room, don't share the bed with somebody. Be in that room, wear a mask. It's scary. So
it is scary.
And in South Korea, it's really, hiked up there. France has been getting reports. We're getting reports, but it's slow hitting. Now, some of these people, would come back to me here a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about it. Oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Well, why would the Center of the Disease come out here and issue this warning, a dire warning? unless they expect it to, go rampant.
Absolutely. The thing you mentioned that makes this really dangerous is the incubation period between 2 days to 2 weeks. My goodness, you know how many people that somebody could be around or infect in that time period?
That's why they're telling people, if you can, work on the internet if your job will let you, work on the phone if it'll let you. But the thing is, put it this way, we're a service-oriented country now. And people are making contact. I mean, the guy who puts the tires on your car, the guy that changes your oil, you go to the grocery store, you go into wherever you go to buy clothing, you're talking, you're handing people money, you're ordering your pizza, you're giving them money, you're going to, a hamburger joint. They're preparing your food, they're breathing on your food, they're touching your food. And sometimes, let's face it, they don't wear gloves. But it could get really scary fast. And that's why they're saying it could, and it probably will disrupt our country.
Absolutely. I believe it totally. And think about all the truckers out there on all them toll roads when they're exchanging money with the people at the toll, and that money's been, handed in from other people from all across the country. And then you've got people at like the dog tracks at basketball games. I'm talking big games and hockey games and even high school events. It's that time of year, you're inside a big gymnasium with a few thousand people. These things going all over the world, all over the country.
No, they said it's now. It's about the time it'll hit our country. They're doing their best to stay it off. But it is scary because, again, if you feel you have it, they want you to immediately call your health professional and tell them what your symptoms are. They probably are not going to want you to come into their office. They're going to contact the health department of your state or your city. And then, who knows? Some of these pictures I've seen, all these people have it. The doctors, the nurses, the people who come and get these people, they're all in hazmat outfits.
I'm thinking, think about it like this. When's the last time something like that's come around where you can't just go to your doctor? And I'm thinking, all them FEMA camps, boy, I wonder if it got so bad they would start opening them up, put the people that's sick in them places.
I don't know. That's the thing. Bill Gates a year ago said, it's about time for something, a virus, to come out and take out a good part of the population. Again, depending on your age, your health. And let's face it, you could be a guy who's an exercise nut and eat right. But again, maybe something in your metabolism, something in your immune system. That doesn't mean you're going to avoid being one of the unlucky ones with this. It is so scary. And people need to check on it. I mean, seriously. Right now, I would say in the next 2 weeks is going to be the critical time, because that's when I figured the incubation period with the people that have gone to like South Korea, have gone to China and done all that stuff, come back in this country, and it's a time bomb going right now.
Oh, it absolutely is, and it is scary because you just don't know. You might have it and won't know it for a couple of days or a week, and then think of all your family members or other people you will infect and not even knowing it, and vice versa. So yeah, it is scary. It very much so is.
Yeah, but how do you distinguish right off the bat? This is a time of year that the flu just runs crazy. That the normal flu. And colds, people catching colds because of the weather and all this stuff. Now, I mean, just think about it. You start feeling like you got a cold, and then you feel, maybe now it's the flu. Then how many people are going to panic, wondering if they got this virus? And maybe they might not. But I tell you, if you have like a neighborhood, your neighborhood, and you have one or two people that are infected, and they go to the local store and they handle stuff. Like groceries. They pick up, fruit, vegetables, put it back down, or touch package. I don't want that bread. I want this loaf of bread. Or I don't want this milk. I want that milk. And after they pick it up, And then you go home, right? And you pour yourself a glass of milk. And then you're drinking your milk, and then you scratch your face, scratch your eyes, rub your nose, or rub your lips because they're swollen from eating peanuts. And you get infected with it. I don't know. They're not telling us for sure how but it really has me concerned when they're sitting there telling you, wash your hands as much as you possibly can during the day. And if you don't have water, make sure you have hand sanitizer. That's 70% alcohol. Now, if you don't believe this, you can go on to the Center of Disease website, and it tells you all about it and what you can do to prevent it. But there's no real way you can prevent it. There's no cure for it. There's no cold medicine you can buy. There's no shot the doctor can give you to stop it. If you get it, you get it. And again, there's been 2,700 people in the last couple of weeks have died from it. Now, you figure how many people are infected. That's not a large number, but that could keep increasing. And that's the scary part.
It is. And again, it's all about how well somebody's immune system is. And a lot of elderly people and young people, and especially elderly, their immune systems are beat up from other medications they've been on or whatever. Not only that, you kind of touched on it there, it's very hard to discern between a cold or a regular flu or a different flu from the one that's going to bite you.
That's the scary part. And naturally, they're saying, don't just walk into your doctor's office because you can infect other people. Call your doctor, your health professional, tell them the symptoms, and they will call the health department. That when I hear they will call the health department, tells me that you're probably going to get on your front door. These guys in these outfits are going to come and take you to some place where they can try to treat, but there's nothing they can do to treat it. Either you get well, or you get sicker and pass on. And this is bad because it affects your breathing big time. And that's what kills you. In a lot of these cases, the people, they go to work. They have a headache. They feel like they got a cold. But then all of a sudden, they go into convulsions that are totally uncontrollable. And then it just keeps going worse from there. That's the scary part. And it happens. When that happens, it happens without notice. It's just 1 minute you feel horrible, and the next minute you're going through convulsions.
Yeah, it kind of makes me... Well, we've seen the video of the one guy just hit him all at once. Remember, he was sitting in the stool when he went into them seizures and just fell right over. And it kind of reminds me of that movie Outbreak. The guys in the hazmat suits rushing up to get you. And basically, all he can do is put you somewhere and quarantine you and see if you can ride it out and live. That's
what they're doing to these people. They're quarantining them. That's why they come in hazmat outfits. And maybe that's why the FEMA camps, there's been talk about FEMA camps have been active lately, the last couple of weeks, with staff and all this stuff, like things are going on these FEMA camps. So maybe, that's what they're preparing for, to take these people to these camps where they can isolate them from other people.
Scary stuff, Gary. Scary stuff.
It is. And that is the scariest part. And then you got somebody who's running for president of the United States. And he's saying, elderly people, we shouldn't spend the money on them to try to prolong their lives. I'm not going to say who the candidate is, but he's pretty old himself. And I guarantee you, if it was the other way around, he would be spending his money, which he has plenty of it, to prolong his life. And they're saying, well, because the economy